I went, I had a lump here that I'd been going to my GP with for 2 years, and he said it was a cyst. Then I went to my dentist because he always feels round in my mouth, and I thought, while I'm here, can you just help me? Is this a cyst? And he went, no, that's not a cyst. You need to go to your GP. So he said, you must go straight from here to your GP and you must get referred. So I went to my GP, got referred, and they did a needle biopsy, and they said I was lucky. It was benign. And within 2 weeks, I was in theatre, and it was a long operation, and he took the lump away and before we went to theatre, he told me I was a very lucky lady and I'd had it so long, and so that would be the end of it. Anyway, he came and he saw me and he said it's all gone and it's gone to pathology, and then I got called to clinic, and while I was in clinic waiting, I became aware that some people were really poorly, and so when I went in, he said it wasn't benign, it was malignant, and that I needed to have some radiotherapy, and that the team, because I didn't know about teams and things like that, the team had made arrangements for me to have 6 weeks radiotherapy. For the first 2 weeks, I didn't feel so bad, but then I stopped eating. And after about in between 2 and 3 weeks, and I always used to see Dr. Seaver. And I used to make a joke with Dr. Seaver because most doctors have a stethoscope round the neck. Dr. Seaver had a set of scales under his arms because you had not to lose weight. So I always wore denims or a denim skirt because it was heavy, and put stones in my pockets because I couldn't eat then. And so I weighed more. But I after about the 3rd week, I felt quite poorly and I couldn't eat. But I had the drinks, and I had sometimes 6 or 7 drinks a day. And so I knew in my head I was getting things that were right to go. I couldn't eat things like strawberries. I loved strawberries, and it was the summer, and I loved cherries, but they blew all my mouth up. And I couldn't have things like that in my mouth. But I felt poorly. And I felt poorly for maybe 5 or 6 weeks after I finished my treatment before I started to eat properly. But I thought then that this has saved my life, and it's given me a reason to live. I was glad I met you because I didn't feel supported until one day I walked in that room and you were sat there, and you made me open up. I don't know whether you'll remember that, but I broke my heart. I couldn't stop crying. But you helped me. But when I first saw you, I used to cry every time I saw you, didn't I? I used to be blubbering like this because you I don't know why, but you made me feel thankful, emotional, and I want to thank you for it. I just wanted to be in my own little shell, and sometimes when we went back down the motorway, I couldn't wait to get home and lie on my bed and have my drinks, and poor Dave suffered. It was like it stopped. Life stopped till I recovered. Is that right? My life stopped because I concentrated. I felt selfish because I concentrated so much on, I'm going to get through this. One day I swore at Dr. Seaver because it was one afternoon when I was seeing him. Thursday morning I used to see Dr. Seaver in clinic, in the radiotherapy department, And he looked at me and he said, I don't think you're going to make it. I don't think you're going to make this full programme of radiotherapy. And I sat there and I thought, shall I cry? And I said, I'll show you whether I make it or not. I'll bloody well make it. I'm going to do it. And every time I felt really down, I thought about what Dr. Seaver said to me. It's made me more determined that I've got to do what I've got to do, what I want. Well, that's selfish, what I want to do. I accept that I've got certain disabilities now through radiotherapy, but I'm here and I'm alive. Lots of people aren't. I'll soon be 70, but a lot of my friends are not here, and I'll always be very grateful to Rosemere. And I'll be grateful when we first started coming to Miles Ahead Club, Bert and Jeff made me laugh. And it made me realise that there's somebody else out there. This is why my name's on that paper. And I think when Anne phoned me up, and I talked to her at length because she was crying on the phone because she'd just been told, she'd not had her operation or anything, she'd just been told she'd got cancer. And I felt good. I felt I'd done some good through me being ill. And she's the first person and the only person that has really asked for my help. And that night I felt, this is sad, but I felt elated because we didn't know, but Anne's not had radiotherapy or anything, but I was quite prepared for a long stretch with Anne, and I told Dave that it's going to be hard work for her because, and I was saying, was I like that? Did I cry like that? And he said, yeah. I can't remember that bit, but I was there to help Anne. Like I want to give to somebody else because I know I felt so lonely. And Dave was a rock, but he didn't know. He didn't know. And I think that's important. And I'd like to think that further on in my life, next time I see him, after this time, I'll be going on to 6 monthly visits, I think. I've been doing 3 monthly visits, and if I can help anyone, I want my name on that list. I would say, do it when you know how you feel. If you've got someone that you can come with as well, because Dave comes with me, my husband's always there. If you're on your own, then I will be there, and Dave will be there, because we can share our feelings, our emotions, and I will help.